That's not going to happen. And even the idea,
Mr. Mushy's ads.
I think he thinks that we could get on live and do a podcast to get or a live podcast like in a venue. I'm going to be real with you. You are not like that anymore. You're not like a draw. Like nobody's going. Like I'm gonna be real. Like nobody gives a fuck about that shit anymore. Now, at the time that it really popped off, maybe. Right now, people are not checking for you like that.
Wait, he wants to do like a podcast version of the RJ Greedo concert.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. No. So wait, what I'm hearing, if I'm reading through,
he reached out to you about this?
Yeah, no, he's just talking about it on the
It sounds like he wants to pod with you.
Oh, he does for sure. Yeah, and that's why he got mad is because MacWap had me on before he got a chance to like do something with me. He's mad about that, but it's crazy now because this is another thing I got from watching that podcast is that he thinks that like at first he was obviously mad that I went on the Apollo.
Yeah.
And now he realizes that that's kind of a bad look for him to be mad about me going on the Apollo because that makes him look real cheesy and corny and sensitive for him to be really mad about me just going on somebody who's connected to him's podcast. So now he's not mad about that. He's mad at MacWap in general for poking at him and trying to provoke him.
Okay.
Which to me seems like a lie. It seems like the reason you're actually mad is because of the fact that this dude had me specifically on the podcast. I literally watched Heather cry about this topic.
Well, why did MacWap because I've been going down a rabbit hole and doing a lot of research because I've been trying to figure out why MacWap and T-Rail had funk. What made them switch up on each other or whatever.
And it's kind of a blurry timeline. There are a bunch of different small things. There was at one point Heather was back on Fig and she had COVID.
Yeah.
And
T-Rail is pussy whipped and they ain't feeling the nigga who bitch control the narrative up there.
Nah, but it was also
I didn't mean to cut you off, but yeah,
that's definitely part of it is that he basically has to go along with whatever Miss Moneybags does.
We have to make sure that we're in good standings with your girl every time we come in this motherfucker. And if we not, it's like a thing, like it's tension in the fucking, you know.
Because she publicly told MacWap off on stream. Yeah.
Right, and that's after he had a pod where there was chicks going off on her. And then I'm like, damn, is he tripping? Because if you look at the timeline, and this is a theory that I've seen in some of the subreddits, and it got deleted multiple times, but a lot of people are saying that right around the time that that the info was coming out more publicly that T-Rail and Heather used to go on dates with underage Kylie and all that.
Right.
You feel me?
Okay, because the reason why that theory seems like it has legs to me is because of the fact that I've said so much shit to them, and for the most part, they've responded to everything. At one point, I called Heather a prostitute. She responded immediately. Why? Probably because she wasn't really a prostitute of any significance. Yeah. Maybe she was a sugar baby or whatever. I don't 100% know. But whatever you want to call it. But at that point, when I mentioned that, when I said something about them going on double dates with Kylie when she was underage, which there's a bunch of photos of this and it does look kind of crazy, never heard a word. After that, they went into don't mention Adam mode super hard. Never heard a word from them about that. And there's other stuff too.
Well, there's deep lore on the Lipstick Alley forums.
Because there's old posts talking about her stealing her style from whatever. But either way, another example of that is when we talk about Stet beating her cheeks up before T-Rail came into the picture. Never do you hear them talk about that. So you can basically tell what stuff is true by what stuff they won't respond to. And it seems
about people who...
But it seems like there was a gauntlet laid down to eliminate any discussion of the fact that they were basically helping Tyga to pursue Kylie when she was underage. They were
to groom a 50.
They were a groom team.
We're grooming billionaires, bitch. What are you saying?
No, and that was really
crazy.
Because he really said that's work, right?
T-Rail did respond to that.
Yeah.
When I said that, you're right. He did respond, but his response was, "Man, I don't give a fuck. We grooming billionaires out here. And I feel like that was really what pissed Heather off, because she actually knows what the optics are. She knows she did something wrong. Terrell is not smart enough to actually even know that he was a part of grooming her. But I think that Heather got in his ear and basically like really mega shut it down with that.
I feel like Terrell thought he was saying like I groomed her to be a billionaire.
That is not what he thought, bro.
No, I'm saying he had to, because it's like, who the fuck sits on their stream? I'm not trying to save him. I'm just hoping. Like, it's like, I go to my computer and I'm typing with the homie, like, nigga, I don't give a fuck. That little bitch was 16. I groomed a billionaire.
No, that's what it was.
That's how he
what
said
it was.
That is how he said
That's what it was.
Hood.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck, nigga. At least you're a billionaire, bitch.
No, that's
how he said it.
How many billionaires Puffy got up under his?
Which, okay, to be fair, Terrell, at that point in his life, was he in a position to say no to his boss when it came to his boss fucking with an underage girl?
I mean,
in modern times, I think we're all so conscious of how fucked up that is that it's possible to see him not wanting to do that. At that time, what the fuck did he have going in his life? I think for sure, like, he was on
He
board.
should have walked away.
If Tyga was killing people, if he was a serial killer, I think Terrell would have been helping him to clean the blood out of his car.
Cool, but look at this. It still cost you 3 M's. You should have just walked away and told on the nigga. You would have been 5 M's up instead of 3.
yeah, Rack City, bitch. Rack City, bitch.
Because it's like, nah, because it's like you over here, like, you dick rolled a person so much that he got you in debt. He got you grooming teenagers with him. I mean, you just playing all different types of the field. Like, you a gang member. None of this shit is, I mean, the debt. But, like, the kid shit could possibly be a thing. Have they put a charge on you for that shit? No longer a gang member. Your brother already said you're not a gang member, but let that shit pop up, that's over.
I doubt he was holding
wouldn't give
Tyga's
a
dick
fuck.
at the base and putting it in.
It don't
But
say
he was
condom on for
around,
him.
but I don't think
It
legally
don't
he would have
say
been
that
able to
in the
be held
paperwork.
liable.
If all right, if I'm in a room and if we in the car and they playing with each other in the back, or if I'm in the room and he smack real quick and I'm overage, he's overage, and the girl's right there.
You're Tekashi 6ix9ine.
No, you're in trouble.
That's what I'm saying. You're Tekashi.
Oh yeah.
Conspiracy.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what he's guilty of.
Yeah.
Oh.
Coco number 4.
And I do believe, I do believe Macwop does seem like he's said a lot of shit. He brings up that billionaire thing a lot. It's been brought to my attention that
That's what I'm saying.
He alludes to that a lot.
This isn't just random.
I think for a lot of people, when that shit happened, it's like, whatever, we make fun of T-Rail a little bit because he was part of a grooming team. I think that for Macwop, I think it maybe was more serious. Like, and keep in mind that this, like, my conversations with Macwop have not gone far enough for me to, like, know what he's thinking in terms of if he even really has a problem with them. But I do think that the groom team thing could definitely be part of what's factoring into why because he like silently cut off T-Rail, and that's the whole weird thing about it. He silently cut him off, stopped fucking with him, stopped going on the show, has never really explained to T-Rail why, but then meanwhile has taken these little shots. Having me on was like one of many shots that led up to that.
The thing is, how long you gonna let your ghetto ass cousins come along? You get what I'm saying? Like, okay, I was rapping. I was a rapper. I needed you niggas. Now I'm getting money. It's like, hey, you can stay at home. I'm gonna go out with my white girlfriend, her white friends. We don't need a nigga in the back talking about yarn.
He didn't even talk like that back then. He was still white.
Who?
T-Rail.
He was still white.
I mean, when he came to No Jumper, he was still white. He like not white, but like he'd still talk.
He was more industry institutionalized.
If you watch,
I think that he was doing that for you.
There's well, I don't know. He was just trying to like code switch, whatever. But like, I could show you the podcast that we did with Danny Mullen. You would.
I saw that shit. I saw that shit.
You would never know that he was from South Central.
Yep. No.
And I would never normally want to be like, oh, he's talking white, he's talking black. It's so black and white in this situation. No pun intended, but it is so clear cut that like he is playing a character when he gets on stream. Like, he is playing Brick Baby when he gets on stream.
Well, like
he's playing a gang member.
The white version of him is like the skincare routine guy with the Lizzo song playing in the background.
So all right, I go on the road, and now I'm like Tiger's road manager / runner. So now we on the road.
ID checker.
Yeah. No, ain't no ID checking going on.
Nope. Failed that mission.
Yeah. Ain't no ID checking. But just say I'm the road manager. Now when I'm OT, I'm meeting Billy and Joey and all these different corporate label execs and all that. So my lingo around the white guys, I pick up some lingo from him and then I go use it over here.
Right.
I'm guilty of it, but I've been doing this since I was 5.
No, they call
you
it.
You get what I'm saying? But you pick up white lingo here, you use it with them. They reply with some more white lingo. You hold that in the bank, and you wait till you see your other white friends. So
No, the people talking all the time, like, oh, let's code switching. Like, hell yeah, I'm diverse. I can speak to anybody.
Yeah, and make them understand.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Oh, but okay, I was gonna show this clip of oh man, show the screen. I had a clip that somebody sent me of fucking Heather crying talking about us.
Yeah, well, no, and
it got removed. Look at the Back of Fig moderators removed it because they fucking have their Reddit is like communist China now.
Like
you can't post anything. And she's crying, talking about me going on the Apollo, which to me was so beyond shocking because keep in mind, when I was on there, I said almost nothing about, I don't think I said anything about her.
Yeah.
I made fun of T-Rail. I didn't say anything about her, at least partially because I don't want my wife to get on my ass.
I don't think she was tripping on, like, her watching that clip because I reacted to it and then we talked about it yesterday on the news and Flacco tried to make it seem like I was a racist because a whole bunch of other shit, whatever. But she, I think mainly seemed upset about MacWap. And